And welcome to Creating on Quicksand. Nice to be with you all. I don't know. Welcome to Groundhog Day. Nice to be with you again. Hi, how are you? Welcome to 2023. What the fuck, man? Oh, sorry. So 2022 is over. You can forget about it. And while you're at it, forget 2021, 2020, just okay, 2023. Imagine you were born today. What are you going to choose? One of the things I would invite you to do, if you would like to, is get the sense of if I could have my life be anything. Now, for those of you that have read the Being You Changing the World book, there's a little exercise in there called the energy ball. And it's not really supposed to be called the energy ball, but it is, or the energy bubble exercise. And so what I'd like you to do, see, what you don't realize is your reality and everything that shows up is created by your points of view. Unfortunately, most of those points of view are not cognitive, so they run your life in the background while you are in the foreground blaming the world for how your life shows up, rather than looking in the mirror and realizing that you adopted a lot of points of view from the time you were tiny over many, many, many lifetimes. Hi, Francesca. Let's spotlight Francesca.
Hello.
Hi, nice to see you. That
I
wasn't
was
me
just like,
spotlighting you, by the way.
me neither. But thank you.
A pleasure, darling. And so part of this journey is there's a few parts of this journey called creating your life. And why am I talking about creating your life? You're an access facilitator, because creating your life is essential for creating your business. Creating your life is essential for being a person that other people would want to come to find out how to create their lives and how to change the things in their lives they would like to change. If your life sucks and you're poor and you hate yourself, how much do people want to come to you? Because they can sense it. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, as you create your life more, you will then realize that you're an invitation to other people. And now more than ever, the space of miracles is available. So one of the definite things I'm going to suggest that you do is, for everything you go to do, what are the infinite possibilities with this? And universe, show me a miracle. For this call, I was like, what are the infinite possibilities for this call? Because I personally have had so much change in the last couple of days and in a couple hours before this call that I have no idea who I am nor what to talk about, because I don't have any reference points anymore. And so I'm like, English? Okay, I can probably do English. Exactly that. And so if you ask, what are the infinite possibilities? And universe, show me a miracle. And every single day, universe, show me something beautiful. Universe, show me something miraculous. It happens every day I've ever asked, that has occurred. And so regardless of what's going on in your life, it's not what's going on in your life that matters. It's what you can choose and what you can create. And there's a lot of people in the world that are stuck with what their life looks like right now, rather than what would I like it to be and how can I get there? And I would like that to become your point of view. You can look at the past and see what points of view or choices created it to find hidden points of view. That works. But where you have to start, which is really weird, one of the things I notice is what we tend to do, especially as facilitators for some reason, we tend to, rather than just choose, what we tend to do is we're like, okay, so I have access tools, so I'm going to figure out all the reasons why I couldn't do that before and pock and pod them. And once they're all pock and podded, then I'll choose. No, dum-dum, choose and then pock and pod. It's not the other way around, okay? So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to get the sense of, over the course of 2023, having total ease and even joy with money, okay? I love saying the word money because if there were ever a word that could activate PTSD, the only word that activates PTSD more than money is mother or father. And, you really have the right to call your mom a motherfucker because, oh no, you have the right to call your dad a motherfucker. That's what it was. I remember. Okay. See, you can have the right to call your dad a motherfucker because he must have been at least one time because they got you. So there you go. So you can just acknowledge that is what is. It's not even a judgment. It's just an acknowledgement. So if you want to think of your dad as motherfucker, that might help. I don't know. And if you make the mistake of calling him that, like at a family occasion or something, hey, motherfucker. And he's like, what? No, I was just acknowledging what was. That's how I came into being. I was just going to say thank you for fucking my mother. Anyway, everything that brought up, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, velvet, and beyond. As I was saying, there are few words that create more PTSD than money. Now, here's the thing, is you probably think you know what your problem is in any area. Now, you're the one who calls it a problem, by the way. You probably think you know what it is, but in actuality, you don't necessarily know what it is. You don't know what is creating the limitation necessarily. So the thing that works is to allow yourself to have a moment of present and being so present that you can get the sense of what you would actually like energetically, and then be present with it for a moment. Because if you can do that and be present with it, it's because it is you too, because as an infinite being, you can be anything. You're just choosing not to be those things that would allow certain things to occur with ease. Sorry, translators. I know, I love it. Y'all are already not able to understand what I'm saying. You're welcome. So if you get the sense of what miraculously you would like it to be like if you had a magic wand, if there were no limitation on how you could create, and got the sense of that, and just be with it for a moment, even if it's like, I was with it for a moment, that it went away. That's okay. All you need is a nanosecond, basically, just a second of presence with it. And then you go, okay, I'm asking for that. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to take. Dear universe, please help. I'm willing to lose anything. I'm willing to lose anyone. I'm willing to gain anything. I'm willing to gain anyone. I'm willing to do anything. I'm willing to be anything. And I'm willing to change anything. And with the awareness that anything you're willing to be or do or change will always give you more of you. So in other words, you're not willing to have less of you. The only way you're willing to have this is by having you and more of you. Okay. So we're going to walk through a couple of things. So get the sense of over 2023, having total ease with money in all the weird money situations that occur, including all the stuff that you have that you think only applies to you. But I can't have ease with money because of my unique situation. Yes, we all have a unique situation, dum-dum. Okay. So all of us, okay, including me. I have a unique situation called Gary. It's a unique situation. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it was my unique reason for why I could not have ease with money for many years. And now I'm like, you know what? All that shit is my point of view. Fuck that. I'm no longer making him or anybody else wrong. I'm no longer making me wrong, but I'm also no longer going to make right the points of view that I bought from family and other people that are highly, extremely dynamically limited in every way possible and only want to be seen as right. So get the sense of ease with money, even if nobody in your life had it. And don't even look at how it's supposed to happen or gonna happen. Okay, get the sense of that. Get the sense of actually enjoying waking up in the morning, and get the sense of enjoying creating. Get the sense of actually enjoying being alive, and where it's not all about the work you do and all the facilitation you do. That, get the sense of your facilitation and sessions, etc., being extremely rewarding. that you are so happy, so grateful, so lucky to get to actually do this and get paid for it. Oh my God. Because the thing is, a lot of us are like, but I would do it for free. Well, yeah, you would and you wouldn't. Okay. You would because it's awesome. But number one, it's not sustainable to do it for no money. Unless you happen to be, wealthy or married to someone who's not an asshole and you can use it. That's cool. Good for you. Then it really can be just for the fun of it also. But you want to recognize that what would it be like if it were so much fun and you enjoyed it so much that it's one of your favorite things to do? And seeing people's worlds light up. I don't know about for you, but for me, seeing people's worlds light up is one of my favorite things in the world. Okay. And seeing that is just fucking awesome. And you got to be willing to have the money too. So what if you realized you love it so much you would do it not for the money, or you would do it even if you didn't get paid for it, but you also wouldn't do it if you didn't get paid for it. Okay. And that's okay. That's not wrong. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. Oh my God. I just heard for the first time that humans create from judgment. It doesn't work for humanoids. No wonder my creations haven't come to fruition. You gets it when you gets it, kids. And you gets it when you gets it. And that is true. You cannot create from judgment because judgment is destructive for you. It's not creative. So get the sense of loving your creations, loving waking up in the morning, loving what you get to do and who you get to talk to, and get the sense of all that fear of talking to people and the fear of creating your business and the doubt and all the insecurity and all the other distractor implants dissolving. You don't know how this is going to happen. You don't need to. Okay. Get the sense of by the end of 2023, making so much money that money is never an issue again. You actually start to like money over the next 12 months. Get the sense of having your business grow. And what if you had to hire 200% more people by the end of the year? Now, some of you are like, I don't have any people. I know, so that's easy. 0 more people. But if you have 0 people, what if you had to hire at least 1 person because your business was growing so much and you could actually hire somebody who was actually a contribution and grateful for it and contributed to you and you contributed to them? Oh my goodness, how does it get any better than that? Get the sense of being above all the trauma and drama of the world and get the sense of truly liking you. Get the sense of having some really cool people show up in 2023 that have your back, that you truly could consider a friend, not a frenemy. Okay, get the sense of ease with your kids, with your family, where something changes in your world to such a degree that you no longer feel stressed when you're around them or limited by them. Instead, you can actually perceive the gift of them and they actually get the gift of you. Also get the sense of letting all the people out of your life that aren't a contribution, let them go. Give them up to Jesus. Praise be, Lord Jesus. Okay. Cool. Now get all of that, put that in a bubble in front of you, or get the energy and put that in front of you and pull energy into it from all over the universe. And you may only get whispers on some of these, like a brief, like almost like a fart in a hurricane, like you just get a little bit of like, ooh, barely. It's like it was there, then it was gone. Don't worry about it. These are not things to solidify. These are things to simply get the thread, the whisper of the energy, and just acknowledge. Okay, so put the energy of all these things in front of you and whatever else. What else would it take for you to have the most awesome year ever so far in the last 4 trillion? That's my ask for 2023. No big deal. I'm just asking for it to be the greatest year of the last 4 trillion. No big deal. Okay, good. Now pull energy into it from all over the universe. Bigger, 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 bigger. Pull energy, 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 pull. There we go. And now let little trickles go out to everyone, and everything is going to help make it a reality for you that you don't even know yet. Everything that is times a godzillion. Everything that doesn't allow it, will you destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povets, and beyonds. Okay, I'm done. Bye-bye. Okay, not yet. Almost. Just kidding. So the other thing, one of the suggestions I have for you is to find someone that you actually like talking to and doing access with. They could be a facilitator or not. Might be a little easier if they are a facilitator, but maybe not. Somebody who just isn't in judgment and they're there for the change and the possibilities. And what I would suggest is for the next few weeks, if you have someone, if you don't, do this on your own. Just whatever energy you wake up with or whatever energy is in your world, have them ask you, okay, so you got that energy. What are you avoiding? And then pot and pock. And then who or what are you defending for or against? And usually when you ask that, you'll get who or what, you'll get a sense of a who or a what, and you'll be for or against, and you'll be like, oh, who am I defending for? Oh my God, like with this energy. Or what am I defending for? So you go, who or what are you defending for or against? Everything, ooh, let's do it right now. Okay, so you do, what are you avoiding? Who or what are you defending for or against? What are you proving? What are you afraid of losing? And what are you unwilling to gain? Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, as we ponder 2023 and your business, which should not be business, busyness, it should be creation. As we ponder 2023 and we have all kinds of stuff, what if we have multiple things like that? Run the process on multiple things. This is not a one-off. This is like I suggest doing this every day. I did this every day for many weeks in a row, and it was amazing. I just got lighter and lighter and lighter, and things moved a lot easier. Because the recipe for staying stuck is avoiding and simultaneously defending. And then proving goes on top of that usually too. And then losing and gaining, oh my goodness, so many wonderful things. Okay, what I am probing is the crack. Do you have a picture you'd be willing to send? Just saying, you know, if you're probing the crack and you're willing to talk about it, maybe you're willing to show us. Anyway, I digress. Oh, by the way, if you don't have a sense of humor, get one. Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond. The world needs more happy people, not more serious people. Learn to laugh, people. Anyway, I digress. Some of you are like trying to put a fake smile on your face to not be wrong now. There you go. There's some genuine enthusiasm for being alive. That's great. Okay. So yeah, and probe your cracks more. Someone else's? I don't know, just whatever. Okay, pock and pod. Oh yeah, and also maybe take yourself a little less seriously. Or not, your choice. Okay, so get whatever comes up about 2023 or about business or about money or whatever the fuck it is you have going on that's whatever energy's up right now. So what I'd like you to do is, so I'm going to go through this with you. So what are you? Oh, Fove. Is there a store we can direct people to where they sell a sense of humor? If you find it, let me know, because I'm buying gift cards galore, okay? You need to become a billionaire just for that. Yes, you're an asshole. Go here now. Okay. So with whatever energy's up, what are you avoiding? Oh my goodness. We could say regarding your access business, regarding money, regarding creation, regarding the ease with money, the ease of your business, and the ease of creation, regarding the joy of money, the joy of your business, the joy of creation. What are you avoiding? Wow. And how much now get that energy. Ooh, the latest 15 billion was huge. Thank you. I think we made that a product in the shop. I don't know. But dude, it was all about getting over guilt, which is a major element in wrongness. It was actually about getting over the distractor implants. Anyway, so what are you avoiding? Now, wow, how much have you decided that avoiding is your only choice? You don't know what to do. You don't know how to handle it. Nobody's ever shown you. If you do it, you'll do it wrong. So you shouldn't do what you might think to do, because of course that'll be wrong. So rather than try to do something that'll be wrong, just avoid it. Yay, and avoid being you in the process. Great idea. I'm going to write a new book. It's called Avoiding Being You, Not Changing the World, by Dr. Dain, Princess, international best-selling author, highly emotionally intelligent, tech intern princess, Dr. Dain here. Thank you. And many more titles that I forgot. Okay, everything that is times a gazillion way destroyed and created all, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. Holy shit balls, Batman. Oh, thank you. She loves my sense of humor. Ha! Okay. What are you, who or what are you defending for or against? Oh my goodness. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond. Thank you. So what? Maybe we should do it this way. I'm not sure. Let's see if it will work. So regarding creating on Quicksand, who or what are you defending for or against? So you start to realize that there are lots of points of view you picked up from your family and other people that you're defending for. And then you're also defending against the idea that there is a reality beyond this one by your choices to try to do everything according to this reality, believing that if you do it according to this reality and finally get it right, then all the doors will open for you. But in order to do that, you have to be in a continuous state of judgment of you, which is one of the things that you learn from the people you call your family and your parents and your friends and all this sort of stuff. And so you're actually defending that this reality is right, and it is the only true way to succeed. Oh, wait, but one other thing. There's this thing called access consciousness, which its entire thing is beyond this reality. So how are you going to create an invitation to something that is beyond this reality by doing this reality better? Everything that is times a godzillion way to destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. Holy shit balls, Batman. So regarding creating on Quicksand or with whatever creation of all, regarding all that you got the sense of. Oh, and by the way, when I had you get the sense of all those energies and put them in front of you, the thing I think I forgot to do, which is actually the most important part, will you ask for that now, please? No matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes, no matter what I have to lose, no matter what I have to gain, no matter what I have to choose, no matter what I have to change, I am having that now. Dear universe, please help. I will do whatever you suggest. Right, wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poveds, and beyonds. So, okay, so with all this, whatever this brought up, Whatever that brought up. Okay, what are you proving? Regarding creation, what are you proving? Regarding the ability to create and have and be that, what are you proving? By the way, if you want to fall asleep right now, you're not alone. There is a lot of unconsciousness and anti-consciousness on this. It's like, whoa. So let's give the translators a hand. Thank them for staying awake and talking at you in a foreign language, except it's not foreign to you. Okay. Everything that is times a godzillion, everything you're proving, everywhere you're proving all kinds of things. You're proving that you can, but you can't. You're proving that you can't, but you should be able to. And if people would just do this and that, then you would have it, but they don't, so you can't, and it's all about them. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So if you had all of that you're asking for, some of you are like, I'm not even asking. I don't even know how to ask, Dr. Dain. Here's how you ask. I'll have that now, please. Thank you, universe. What's it going to take? Get out of my way, bitches. Mama's coming home to possibilities of paradise. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! I like it. We have Mimi and Coco. I have no idea what that has to do with, but I'm thinking it's stripper names. Okay. It's, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So, regarding all of that, what have you decided that if you have all of that you say you're asking for, that you won't really ask for because it would change your life too much, but let's say you're asking for it. Let's act like you're asking for it. That sounds good. Okay, let's do that. Regarding all of that, if you had it, what would you lose? Let me see. Other than a need of other people, other than giving a fuck about other people's points of view about anything, because you'd be like, why do I need to give a fuck about your fucking point of view? I have everything I desire. I'm awesome. Hello. How much do you hold on to your inability and unwillingness to create on Quicksand so that you can maintain a connection to other people that you've decided to have value even when they don't? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Yep, you'd lose all your excuses. You'd lose who I am. You'd lose your obligations. You'd lose being the victim. Oh, cutie pie. For how many of you is your favorite thing in the world? Not your favorite, like up there near like ice cream is like victim. What is victim? Victim is like, oh, I can't. You don't know how tough my life is. This and that, this and that, this and that, this. Oh, I know. You'd have to lose pretending to be pathetic. Everything that is times a godzillion. Everywhere you've been unwilling to give up your victim. Remember something, kids, especially when facilitating. This is very helpful. Or when you're living your life. Or maybe you're living your life while facilitating. Well, there's a concept. Anybody doing victim is victimizing others to get control over them by their victim story. They're also perpetrating the story of why they can't, not searching for why they can. So everywhere you learn from some very intense victims in your life that was the way to create what you desired, and you're still doing it just a little bit, but much less than them. Will you rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Just remember, it seems to be more socially acceptable in this world to be a victim rather than a perpetrator of possibilities. So everywhere. So what perpetrator of possibilities are you refusing with the victim of the world and to the world you are choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pop and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. We got divorced and it wasn't my fault. It was he did it to me. Not usually so much like that. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Yep, if we have, people will not give to us. How many of you bought that shit? Here's the funny part. Here's the thing. If you ever noticed somebody who had a lot of stuff, but you liked giving them stuff, or maybe they just had a lot of ease and it was fun to give them stuff, that's somebody who's willing to receive. But the funny part is, as humanoids, we're always willing to put ourselves on the lesser side of the spectrum, you know, where we're like, oh, I'm a little bit less than other people. I'm not too much. I'm not an unkind person. I'm not arrogant. I'm not powerful. I'm not angry. I'm just like a sweet person who just wants sweetness to rule the world and bring in possibilities. And sometimes people step on my head, but that's because people are bad sometimes, but I am not one of those bad people because I never get it right. There may be a little bit of suppressed anger in there, which may actually be the potency that you're actually suppressing, which is why you're trying to prove that you're a victim, which is when you get pissed off when people actually treat you like one, even though you're trying to get them to treat you that way. So you can pretend to be a nice, sweet person, not a terrible, evil, awful motherfucker. Because most humanoids are hiding the fact that they are evil from their point of view. Now, that one is a product in the shop. I had a conversation with some amazing people. Hopeless Rubenkowski, who's now actually starting to live up to her name, which is actually Hope. After that conversation, it took a few months for her to get over her fucking victim and her spiritual superiority of pathetic. But she's actually kind of pulling her head out of her spiritually oriented, flower-scented butt as a result of a conversation we had about, because what happens is we misidentify and misapply everything that is truly great and conscious about us as evil. In other words, your kindness, your gentleness, your joy, your generosity. So what is evil and what we've been told is evil are two totally different things. And remember, we've been told that what is evil, we've been told that by this reality that wants to squash possibilities. Okay, fine. You don't have to fight against it. Just ignore it. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads and beyonds. So, so that evil conversation involved Miss Hope and Miss Emily at an ESB in Brazil, and it's changing things for people. So how much are you hiding what you're capable of based on the hidden lie that it is evil? Every one of your capacities you have been implanted and explanted to believe are evil. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. I like this. I got divorced and it was not my fault. That's my story. Yeah, it is a story. And the thing is, it wasn't your fault. What if there was no fault? And this is the other thing, is we go into trying to judge somebody else or judge ourselves. And then we're like, which one of us do we judge to be more conscious? Let me refresh your awareness of the definition of consciousness we use in Access Consciousness, where everything exists and nothing is judged, or a description of that. So it's an interesting thing to recognize that we're hiding our capacity and our ease of creation and avoiding it and defending against it and proving that we don't have it, believing that we'll lose everything that's good in our life if we ever unhide it, based on the idea that it is the worst, most terrible, vicious, mean, awful, evil that has ever existed. Excuse me. Now, I don't know about you, but my definition of evil is someone who limits someone else. Excuse me. Everything that is times a godzillion, way destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Okay. So, how y'all doing? Have I fried your brains yet? Are any of you wondering, like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are we? The famous Indian tribe, the fuck are we? Okay, got some thumbs up. People are still alive. Okay, good. Okay, so regarding this creation, regarding the undefined creation, the undefined miraculous creation that you know you're capable of, that you haven't been choosing, what are you avoiding? Jesus. Everything that is times a godzillion way, destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, poveds, and beyond. Ooh, baby. Whew. Okay, cool. Wow. Okay, I need to find my processes so I can get that one again. So regarding the undefined miraculous creation that you know you're capable of, that you haven't been choosing, who or what are you defending, for or against? Wow, how many of you are defending that you're not the bad person you were accused of being? How many of you are defending that how many of you are defending your mom's reality by how you live yours and create yours? How many of you are defending your dad's reality by how you live yours and create yours? How many of you are defending against their reality by creating the exact same limitations? What the fuck? How does that work? That's awesome. Oh my God, I am not you. I am a better version of you. That is so not you. I'm so not you. It's like those kids, you know, where they're like, I'm an individual and I'm my own person. I won't wear that. I won't do that. I'm my own person. Then you watch them walk over to their friends and they're all dressed the same. You're like, what? So everywhere you are defending for your parents' realities by how you're creating yours, thinking it's different. Everywhere you're defending against their realities by creating a reality that has 95% of the same limitations. And everywhere you have used their reality as a basis for the creation of yours, as though you have to. No, you don't. You're not human. You don't got to do that. That's not your thing. You could like pull shit out of the ethers and create from that, or pull miracles out of the ethers and create from that. Everything that is times a godzillion way, destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So, regarding the undefined miraculous creation that you know you're capable of, that you haven't been choosing, what are you proving? How much of this proving thing that you're doing is not actually yours? Everything that is times a godzillion way, destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Dear Lord. So regarding the miraculous, I saw a peacock, nanny, 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 I saw a peacock. So regarding the undefined miraculous creation that you know you're capable of, that you haven't been choosing, what are you afraid of losing? What have you decided you'll lose? If you actually just go, okay, I'm being miraculous now, I'm done with everything else. Who have you decided you'll lose? And what are you afraid of gaining? Wait for it. No. Are you afraid of gaining weight? Wait. That's weird. Everything that is times a godzillion, not everywhere you're actually unwilling to gain too much ease. Will you rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Can you talk about the unwillingness to gain, Dain? Oh my God. Like if you gained a Dain, you'd be like, wow, you'd have to make a lot more money to take care of him, because if you didn't, he would make your life a living hell. So that's what would happen if you gained a Dain. You would have to you'd have to change some shit, just so you know. Anyway, can I talk about the unwillingness to gain, not gain a Dain, but gain Dain. That was funny. Yes. So here's the deal. We're unwilling to gain things because we have all of these points of view about what it's going to mean. And we have so many connection points to other people and so much of a way in which we're trying to stay connected to their world through the structural cohesions of things, where that was sold to us as a better substitute for oneness by the techies, which is everybody has their solid little role that they play and everybody's connected to everybody else like a lattice structure. And if you destabilize yours, the whole thing goes. And so the idea was, if you change too much, you are going to destroy reality because you'll destroy the structural cohesion, the cohesive structure that binds us all. So everywhere you bought that there's a cohesive structure that binds us all. And if you gain too much, you're going to destroy it. We destroy and uncreate all that, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, bot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So we're unwilling to gain because of what we've decided the consequences will be. How many of you were taught as a kid that there are consequences for your actions and that they are not good? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Whew. Okay. Yeah, if I'm pathetic, I can't be evil or bad or wrong. That was about 5 minutes ago, which 5 minutes ago seems kind of like an eternity at this point. You know what I'm saying? You're like, when was that? What conversation were you having at that point? Huh. This is a great question on so many levels. So if I think my lover is a human and I'm not sharing access with him anymore because I have the point of view that he fucked me a little bit, am I limiting him in being shit? Not only does it rhyme, but I hope he fucked you a lot in a good way, but I think you're talking about a bad way. Here's what you want to do. You want to run the judgment process about him. Okay. And let's do the okay. So this has been an interesting call because there's so many of you with so many things you personally want to get out of this call, and taking all of that together to try to take what's actually going to contribute to the most amount of people is a fun and interesting facilitational exercise. Let's put it that way. So what I've been speaking to is all the energies that are popping up in your head and sort of collectively, but also individually, where it will contribute, hopefully, to as many people as possible. But what is now showing up, so let's try this and get your barf bags ready. Because here's the funny part. This next conversation we're about to have is, well, doesn't matter. Okay, so regarding money, what are you avoiding? Yeah, just barf. That's all it is. Just, there's not even any words to put to that. You're like, ugh. And some of you are like, I'm not avoiding anything. There's just nothing there. Yeah, exactly. That's you avoiding looking at what you're avoiding, which is even more avoiding. Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. True story. This is like a COP taster. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, one of the things I'm very excited about is the taste of the symphony that is being facilitated by Symphony Advanced Practitioners, where it's so cool because brand new people can start to be exposed to the symphony of possibilities, which I'm so grateful. I thought I would lose my caring, but that's not true caring. That's what I bought from family. Okay, that was a random comment, but I wanted to point this out because a lot of us will limit ourselves based on our caring for others. I will not have total ease, joy, and glory because you do not, and therefore I will not. But it's really funny because you're so aware of what they have going on that you know their level of everything and you fit right underneath it like a little cookie cutter, that's a serious level of awareness. And look at this for a moment, okay? Do you get what I'm talking about when I say you fit right under? Basically, it's like you get a sense of their world and you fit right within it or just right outside of it. And you have almost all the energies they do, all the points of view they do. You look at things the way they do. Why? Because most of our parents and other people in our lives wanted to be validated by having somebody who had a similar reality. And so you were like, oh, mommy, okay, I understand. You need me to have a reality that's just like yours. Okay, I will do the exact same reality as yours. Okay, I'm a good daughter, huh? And your mom's like, it still didn't make me happy. And you're like, oh, what else can I do? You know what, mommy? I'll never be greater than you. And I'll never have too much money because I know it'll make you uncomfortable. And I'll never have too much ease because I know it makes you uncomfortable. And I'll never be too happy because I know how that makes you really uncomfortable when I'm too happy when I'm around. Because you want to just be like this much energy. And when I'm this much energy, it's very uncomfortable for you. So I'll never be that again, mommy. Thank you very much. I love you, mommy. I hope you get that. I love you too. And still, mommy never gets happy. And she just makes you wrong when you're too much. And you're like, what else can I cut off? Let me see. And our fundamental point of view has been, what can I cut off? What can I avoid? What can I stop being? Because that will eventually make other people happy. How much have you cut off? How much have you avoided? How much have you stopped being that is actually you, as though that was from your caring in a way that you thought might make other people happy? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and create it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. So my mom was here for Christmas. My mom and it was very interesting because my mom was here, and the first day and a half was just really cool. And the second day, the day after that, I started, like I was having a tough time with the things in her world that were kind of like, she would sit back here and be like this, but it felt like she was judging me and getting angry, but not saying it. And I'm like, Mom, do you have a problem with something? Mom, are you upset? No, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for you. Okay. And so get to the end of that day where there have been several little things, and we had a relatively great day. There were several little things, and we were trading gifts after Christmas. We were trading gifts, and she had that angsty thing, and I finally had had enough. I was like, I'm not willing to live through this way. And fine. And I said, Mom, I am so sorry that I make you so uncomfortable. I'm so sorry that you're so uncomfortable being around me. I'm sorry that I chose to create a life with a lot of money in it, even though it makes our family very uncomfortable. I'm sorry that our entire family would be uncomfortable here and that you were the one who had to show up. And I'm really sorry that I'm such a terrible person for not following the family line of being extremely poor and victimized by the world. And I'm actually creating a life that I love. And I'm really sorry for how uncomfortable that makes you. And you can do whatever you want with that. And my mom said to me, she said, Dain, I'm sorry that I make you feel that way. She said, but as soon as I got here, you offered to run my bars because you can't even be comfortable around me until you run my bars. And I went, Mom, the reason I have to run your bars is because when I haven't had my bars run, as long as you haven't, that's the first thing I want. If I see somebody with hands that I can place in the bars points, I make them do it. And she was like, oh, I thought you didn't want to be around me. I'm like, no, I was doing it to contribute to you. And that one moment of vulnerability on that interaction and her willingness to be vulnerable and my willingness to be vulnerable started a conversation that has transformed everything in my life, but also everything in hers. And let's just suffice it to say, a lot of you know my story. I was taken to the ghetto because my mom had absolutely no money. That was the only place she thought she could find to live. I was dynamically and extremely abused, invalidated, hated every day of my life there. And I had had a sense of separation from my mom, this sense, and what I finally realized was, in my world, it was about, how could this person take me there? How could, like, if I had a child, I'm like, I couldn't. But here's the thing. She had her own limited points of view, and they were dynamically limited. She had her own sense of no choice, and she was being contributed to by no one. She was being gaslighted by somebody who said, unless you come live with me, I will find you and kill you. Ooh, that's a great situation to go into, right? I never got to see her side until being willing to be fed up with what was and be willing to lose our relationship completely if I didn't address it. So I addressed it. And when so anyway, this took a while to get to these things. And what I realized was, my sweet mom, who I adore and am so grateful for, she has been functioning from such guilt about what she chose with regard to me, that she felt like such a bad person that she tried to keep herself out of my world, because she must be bad and wrong for taking her 3-year-old child into a situation where he was hated and abused every day. And while desiring forgiveness, which is interesting because we tend to have a different point of view in Access, but while desiring forgiveness, at the same time, her point of view, remember, your point of view creates your reality. And her point of view was, she was so bad and wrong that she deserved to be punished for all eternity. So here's my mom punishing herself, keeping herself separate from me because of her judgments of herself. Well, of course, in her head, thinking I don't like her, because when you judge you according to somebody else, you project that they have that judgment of you. And I looked at her and I said, Mom, I forgive you. And not only that, but look at this. I'm like, this reality threw its worst at you and me. And we did not give in. We did not die. We were not destroyed. We overcame and we fucking conquered. Okay? You had my back. I've had yours. We've always had each other's. Can we change all this now? And we fucking did. And it was transformational. And now, excuse me. So I do realize this is not the case for, I'm just hoping that it contributes for whatever it does. But so for so long, like, having this has transformed everything and has opened doors for a possibility of having a level of ease that I didn't know was possible. And so somebody asked, can you talk about forgiveness? Well, see, in the rest of the world, they say that you should forgive people because it's almost like that's the right thing to do. Or so, I don't know. People have all kinds of points of view, okay? My point of view is forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. And it's also a gift you give the other person. But if I can look at my mom taking me there and have no judgment, if I can look through her eyes and see that she got to where she was over the 20 some years before I came along, and she had a very limited family and a very small sense of the world and was gaslighted by, like, I could see all these things. And I was like, wow, I've been so aware of her guilt and her shame and her blame of her and her regret. And also, the other thing that goes along with that is that a lot of the people that you think are the saddest or the most pathetic, they actually have a level of suppressed anger that is so intense that they are afraid that if they ever let the lid off, they'll kill people. A great question you can ask in that case is whether it's you or somebody else. Like, if you do a lot of pathetic, probably you have a lot of distractors going on: blame, shame, regret, and guilt, anger, rage, fear, and hate, that you're suppressing. But you can ask this question: who or what are you so angry at that you could kill? And there was this sense in my mom's world of this suppressed anger all the time, but she could never acknowledge it. Well, would she be angry? Yeah. But also, does she have a lot of potency? Remember, one of the things about anger for a humanoid is it may be potency that you've misidentified and misapplied as anger because it feels like anger. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to create on Quicksand, part of what will help that more than anything else is you getting to that place where you have a sense of peace with you, where you have a sense of gratitude with you. So part of the reason I'm bringing up these conversations is that I'm hoping it like shines a light from behind, so you can actually see what's behind some of this stuff. And so the thing about forgiveness being one of these things is I knew my mom needed me to forgive her. And I was so willing to forgive her, quote unquote, but to say those words as an acknowledgement of, Mom, you are not wrong. I do not blame you. I see the beauty of the being you are, and I see that you have been torturing yourself and suffering to try to make up for the damage you think you have done. But what I said to her, I'm like, Mom, look at everything I experienced, okay? Look at who I am. I'm like, did it really, really destroy me? Or did it create a place where I was going to have to work my ass off to get out of it so I could be there for other people in a way that would allow them to get free, in a way that, had I not experienced that, I might not be here doing this in the way that I can. And she looked and she cried and I cried and one of the things that she said was, she said, I wanted to hold you so much. I wanted to pick you up, and and I couldn't, because she knew that this lady that was her girlfriend, this gaslighting lady, she said, I knew that she would abuse you and me more. And I always used to wonder why I would see my mom and she would hug me and hold me in this way. And I was like, and then she would come and hug me and hold me again. And I was like, what is going on? And I didn't realize that she was making up for what she wasn't able to do when I was a kid. So I don't know why I'm telling you all of this, but I hope it's a contribution. And I hope that, and it's not about, see, I think one of the things that sticks us is one of the gifts that Access gives us is a freedom. Thank you for the thank yous, by the way. Because when you go on a limb like this, you're like, I hope it's a contribution. So thank you. But one of the gifts that Access gives us, oh, I love that. This is the first miracle of 2023. Yay. Access gives us this gift of being able to not have to try to see other people who've been abusive as right and us as wrong. And what we then do sometimes, and because it's so much about acknowledging you and acknowledging that you're not wrong, what we tend to do then sometimes is we try to just go, oh, my mom was wrong, my dad was wrong. But in that, we're taking the possibility Access presents, and we are twisting it with part of this reality, which is the right or wrong thing. So instead of they're wrong, I'm not wrong, which is a defense position, what about looking and going, they are them. They are them. Okay. And everything I've done to make it personal, and everything they did to make me believe that I was the personal source for everything that didn't work, destroy and uncreate it. times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, povats, and beyond. So how does this relate to creating on Quicksand? It's everything. And what do I mean? The space that you can be, the different reality you are capable of is how you create on Quicksand. You can't create on Quicksand by just doing this reality better. Now, there's not one of you that hasn't learned to do this reality better since Access, whether you know it or not, okay? And so that in a sense is easy. To whatever degree you've already gotten that, that's pretty easy. But my question to you is, what reality are you capable of beyond this reality that would be so much fun that you would not only create more than you're supposed to, but it's so much fun that you would no longer give a shit about anybody's judgment of you? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Oh, yay. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, pobads, and beyond. Excuse me. So what reality are you capable of beyond this reality that would be so much fun that you would not only create more than you're supposed to, but is so much fun you'd no longer give a shit about anybody's judgment of you? Everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. And let me give you one last process as we wrap up here. What beyond this reality, ESCC, MMM, PPP, can we and our bodies be to engage with the quantum entanglements of the elementals, to actualize more money than God with total ease, joy, and glory instantaneously and for all eternity? Everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, fat and buck, all nine, shorts, boys, povats, and beyond. I love this one. The number of children who are happy thanks to you. If that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. Oh, thank you. And that's thanks to us. Oh, what a gift. So one more time, I'm going to do another one this time. But beyond this reality, SCC, MMM, PPP, can we in our bodies be to engage with the quantum entanglements of the elementals, to actualize our non-reality realities of ease, joy, and glory within and through everything that we truly be with total ease for all eternity. Everything that doesn't allow it times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Guess I better do that money one more time. Not that anybody wanted that one. What beyond this reality, SCC, MMM, PPP, can we in our bodies be to engage with the quantum entanglements of the elementals, to actualize more money than God with total EJG instantaneously and for all eternity? Everything that doesn't allow it times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Oh, goodness. Give me 2 minutes of ESP, if you would, please. Because this call did some stuff. Yep, 2 minutes in heaven is better than 1 minute in heaven. Wow, what I'd like to show you is, I like and don't like the words, but it's like your actual place in the world or beyond what you thought was the world. That who, what, where, when, why, and how am I? That. Part of the creation from Quicksand occurs from the awareness that consciousness will be there for you and with you every step of the way. Will you invite it to be that for you now, please? And or acknowledge it? Wow. Will you invite you to acknowledge your worthiness, please? And that consciousness contributes to you unlimitedly, unabashedly, unreservedly. And it's not a because, but it is also an acknowledgement that it contributes and can contribute because of the gift of consciousness you are and desire to be. And everywhere you have confused consciousness and spirituality, which means everywhere you have refused and avoided money to prove that you're doing it for consciousness, consciousness includes everything, even money. So what if you were willing to be the you that is so different that you truly could have ease, joy, and glory through and within and as everything. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyond. Boom, shakalaka. So beautiful, people. I think you know there's the Renegade's Guide to Easy Living coming up tomorrow, which actually includes a full-length ESB in addition to the class. And I think you know we have the stuff coming up in Australia about let's change everything together, practical miraculousness, the ESBs, being you, changing the world, so many things. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for being, and thank you for being a voice and an invitation for our planet to actually have a thriving future. That's actually what you're doing. It just looks like being a facilitator. Thank you, my beautiful friends. Have the most miraculous year so far. Mwah. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dain.
You are so welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigada,
you, Dain.
So amazing.
Thank you so much, Dain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gratidão, gratidão.
Time for another hour if you keep doing
Thank
this.
you. ありがとうございました。
So much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Mwah.